What is up, everybody? It's your boy Herf here, back on the Duel Entertainment channel, and today I got a little bit of a different video for you guys. I've been getting a lot of requests lately about doing more, farming decks for new players, especially just in general. And so I wanted to break down the three biggest and probably most important farming decks that you will need. Kind of breaking down the deck list, how they work, as well as what kind of your objective is. So the three most important are the raw farm, the red eyes farm, and the Ubel farm. So the raw farm is probably the least important out of the three, but this is kind of how it looks. This one doesn't play any draw power, but it honestly doesn't matter that much. You could play, instead of Golden Ladybug, you could play Solemn Wishes. The Solemn Wishes is from a ticket. And then instead of maybe some of these guys, Sanctuaries and Zeradiuses, you could play something like Good Goblin, just to get through the duels a little faster. But ultimately, this works just fine. The main objective of this deck is that your Cloudians can't be destroyed by battle, and then you make it so you don't take any battle damage with Sanctuary plus Spirit Barrier, either or. And then you get life points with a Golden Ladybug, and then you drop down Winged Dragon of Ra with massive attack, and then swing over the top. Now, typically you want to run this with Fairy Smile if you can. You can do this without a skill, but Fairy Smile is really helpful because it gives you 1,000 life points every time you draw a fairy. So it's just 1,000 free life points. So I'm going to kind of show you guys quickly, or not very quickly, because this deck is very, very slow because you have to hard draw everything. But I'm just going to duel Yugi at level 10. Typically, this deck is used if the NPC that is up right then doesn't really have a lot of back row, as well as doesn't really run a lot of removal. This becomes a very good deck. So you always want a Zeradius to thin out your deck a little bit, because that's your only way that you can thin. And then every turn you just normal summon any kind of Cloudian and just wait. Honestly, you just have the vast majority of this is just going to be waiting. Okay, so he ended up being able to remove my thing, but now we have 2 protections, so we are in great shape. We are loving life right now. But yeah, so you just want to run like the maximum amount of protections, because I mean, it's protection. So we get Fairy Smile plus 1,000, wonderful, normal summon, sweet, pass turn. And you just repeat this over and over and over. Oh, we got Winged Dragon of Ra. Whoopee. Now, Winged Dragon of Ra is really nice because you get the bonus for a Prismatic, you get the bonus for it being a Divine Monster, as well as you get the bonus for having low life points. And if you wait until the end, you get bonus for low card counts. So it's really, really good in terms of score that way. Yeah, see, we're already up to 6,200, and we already took damage, so we get Fairy Smile, plus we get the Ladybug, which is 1,500 this turn, so you're just going to be gaining life constantly. And you just kind of sit here. I mean, most of the NPCs can't break this board, so it's really kind of funny. This isn't the most enjoyable farming deck, but So Zeradius is going to give us another Fairy Smile, plus we Golden Ladybug. Yeah, we just pass. Golden Ladybug, pass turn, discard anything except your Golden Ladybugs and your Raw. It really doesn't matter. Fairy Smile, plus another 1,000, plus another 1,000 from the 2 Golden Ladybugs. We just get an insane amount of life. Oh, I almost discarded my Winged Dragon of Ra. That would have been a big whoopsies, and I would have been very upset because I'd have to do this whole thing over again. Alright. Golden Ladybug. Pass turn, discard that. So we're almost there. You want to make sure you at least have 3 cards left in your deck, which we're about at. So we're going to Golden Ladybug, Golden Ladybug, Golden Ladybug. Because at 3 cards left in the deck, you get the few cards remaining in the deck achievement. So now we're just going to normal summon, and we're going to click yes, and we are just going to swing over the lowest attack monster. And there's your successful raw farm. It's really that easy. I don't know what else to tell you. So if you look at the score that we get Divine Monster, Tribute Summon, few cards left, over 9,999 damage, Prismatic card, LP on the brink. I mean, you get all of the things. So you get a 7,900 duel assessment, which is pretty dang good. Now, I think you can wait until you have no cards left in the deck for an extra little bit, but overall, pretty good duel assessment. Now, the next one that we're going to talk about is probably the one that's used for skill farming the most. Like, this deck is probably one of the most well-known farming decks in Duel Links, which is the Red Eyes farm. Now, I put it all on Ubel just to keep it in a nice, safe place. But Ubel farm features like the most important farming cards in Duel Links, period, which are Gravekeeper's Vassal, Union Attack, and Secret Pass to the Treasures. Now, those 3 cards are the 3 most important farming cards because Gravekeeper's Vassal will do effect damage, Union Attack will boost this guy up. And so Union Attack says that card can't deal battle damage, but Vassal does effect damage, so it doesn't matter. And then Secret Pass to the Treasures allows Vassal to attack directly. So that's kind of like what you're setting up. So then you want 2 Red Eyes on the field, you put this guy down there, you put some Union attacks, you put a Secret Pass on him, you swing directly for game, easy peasy. So then I'll show you guys. This deck actually goes a lot faster than the other one. And I'll show you guys here really quick. So all of the different Red Eyes cards just kind of thin the deck as well as provide draw power. So this is a really good hand because we're actually going to be able to send a Red Eyes with Red Eyes Insight. And then we get to add our Red Eyes Spirit, which we already have one, but that's okay. So we're just going to set everything and pass turn. And good Goblin Housekeeping is just a really good generic draw card. We're going to Red Eyes Spirit our Red Eyes back to the field. So this is really good if our opponent can't really get over 2,400 attack very easily. Now, most decks, even the NPC decks, can get over 2,400 pretty easily. So this deck isn't as good as it used to be, but it's still pretty dang good. So cards of the Redstone, you get to discard a level 7 or higher Red Eyes and draw 2 cards, and then you get to send another card from your deck to the graveyard. So you just thin so much. So now we have all of this set up, and now we just wait. Since we have our setup here. So the Vassal package with the 2 Union attacks and the Secret Pass of the Treasures is used in a lot of different farm decks that are, less important, and I'm not going to cover like right now, but I can cover in future videos. Because like I said before, it's just not quite as good anymore as it used to be. Like sitting on 2,400 attack monsters isn't like that meaningful even against NPCs. So they run other things like 6 Sams, Silent Magicians, stuff like that, and then just still finish them off with the same package. So we almost have everything. We just need one more Union attack, and we're going to be able to do our final combo here. Okay, we ended up drawing into it. So now we just double Union attack our Vassal. And then we will hit it with the Secret Pass to the Treasures. And then we just get to attack directly with this guy. And boom. Where's your farm? Absolutely farmed. And then you get 8,000 because you got over 9,999 damage. You got victory by effect damage. You get a comeback victory, I guess, because he had more life points than I did when we finished him. But perform special summon, all that kind of crazy stuff. Prismatics, glossy cards, all the deal. We got it all. So that's the Red Eyes farm. That's typically used for skill farming at the gate. There's a big debate whether skill farming at the gate or just doing casual duels is better. I think casual duels does drop a little bit better, but if maybe you're newer to the game, you don't have any other decks, sometimes you just want to sit at the gate and farm. As well as it's still like decent versus other decks, but anyways, this is my deck for the Bell farm. Um, some people would cut out Shard of Greed, but I really like Shard of Greed personally. We could cut it to that, maybe go like that if you wanted to play 20 cards, if you like really wanting to do that. But honestly, it's pretty consistent the way it is just because of the skill. And you play 7 pops, so you pretty much always draw your pops, which is really nice. And then basically the idea of this deck is that you're going to sit on Terror Incarnate, which destroys everything on the field, or all the monsters on the field, and then you're gonna, in your final turn, you pop it with Exile of the Wicked to get out Ultimate Nightmare, and then you use all of your other high level monsters to summon Montage Dragon. You give it with Xian Spy to your opponent, and then you swing into it with the Ultimate Nightmare to deal over 9,909 effect damage for the win. So that's essentially how it's supposed to go. And I will show you guys this farm right now. We can actually probably do it on Kite because she's still here. So why not? Or not Kite, but Shark. My bad. My bad. I'm going second. Going second is kind of nice because it gives you another card in case you brick, like I did right now. Whoops. I was just talking about how consistent this deck was. Oof. Well, I hope we don't die when I'm trying to show you guys. Alright, well. Funny story. I jokingly. Oh yeah, that will happen every once in a while if you just hard break, but it generally doesn't happen. The vast majority of the time you get your combo. Whoops. Whoops. Let's try that again. I mean, honestly, the math is in your favor on getting a pop. See, like this. This is what you're supposed to draw. So you're just going to summon Disciple. You're going to Disciple effect to pop Yubel in your hand. And you need to have the Nephthys to add from your deck to your hand. So that's why you have to play it. And then Yubel effect goes off. Special summon a Terror Incarnate from the deck. And then you're just going to sit for a while on Terror Incarnate. Terror Incarnate prevents them from being able to swing, as well as will destroy everything on the field in your end phase. So most NPCs don't have an out to Bell. Like they just don't. They have no idea what to do because they don't really play back row, as well as Terror Incarnate. It's just a annoying card to try to get rid of anyways. For most decks, like even that aren't bad or like piloted by NPCs, a lot of times it can be fairly annoying. So just don't discard anything that has a high level. Ideally, for Montage Dragon, you discard your other Ultimate Nightmare and then 2 Terror Incarnates. So you want to hold as much as you can. I'm not drawing into my draw power right now, which is going to make this a little bit longer than it could be, but I mean, he can't do anything against Terra Incarnate. So we just sit here and do nothing. Honestly, I normally do this when I'm like watching YouTube or watching a movie or listening to music, just stuff to kind of keep me occupied. Because honestly, farming this game isn't really that fun. It's mostly something that you do out of necessity than anything else. Oh, sweet! I got my shard. It's kind of late in the farm for it, but you know it just be that way sometimes. Alright, so he's gonna special summon his Needle Sunfish back. It's not really important at the moment. Uh, we just keep passing, passing, passing. This doesn't really matter. He's gonna Torrential Reborn me. That's whatever. So we're getting very, very close to our optimal end state here. We get to draw two. Ooh, we're close. We are very, very close. So we discard our Disciple and we discard our Island. Okay, we're very close. Oh my gosh, do we have it? No, we don't. Crap. We have to discard the youngest Duel because we wanna. We're just waiting for the Exile of the Wicked, which is the last card in our deck. All right, so now this is all of the stuff that we need. So we're gonna exile. We're gonna pop. We're gonna click yes. We're going to special summon Tear the Ultimate Nightmare from the hand. And then we're going to use Montage Dragon Effect to discard, 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 special summon. And now you give it to your opponent with Xian's Spy. Here you go, opponent, have it. And then you swing in with Ultimate Nightmare. And then you burn for 10,000. Nice! Let's go. Yubel, best deck. But yeah, so Yubel is a pretty common farming deck just purely because it's pretty consistent. I mean, like you can cut some of the draw power from this list to make it like more efficient. I just really hate farming, so I want to get each duel over as quickly as possible, even if I brick, honestly. So that's why I like running Shard of Greed. You could honestly just cut it and it'd be more consistent. But whatever, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't really matter that much because you're just farming an NPC. But ultimately, you could just cut two of these, or you could cut all of them and put only combo pieces in the deck. Honestly, it's up to you. Farming is a very kind of individual thing. You know, you run what you have, you run what you can. But this is probably one of the most important decks to have for farming. This and just the Vassal package that has a functioning deck alongside of it. Like you only need one Gravekeeper Vassal. Like it's in a really unfortunate, not really a crisis. It's in a really unfortunate box. Wait, it's in a rank duel ticket? Oh my god, that's actually really good then. Never mind. I think, which one is in the really unfortunate box? I think it's this one. Yeah, so this one is unfortunately a common in Ultimate Rising, so you're gonna have to go back for it, but it's worth it, honestly. Like if you have once you have everything else and you can worry about farming, definitely go get one. I mean, wait, how did I get this? Oh, it's in the mission circuit? Okay, never mind. Never mind. Sorry to distract you guys. But yeah, this is it's such a good deck to have just purely because most of the NPCs can't out Terra Incarnate and it's really easy deck to run. It's pretty easy to pilot, all that kind of stuff. So I hope this video was useful. If you have questions about farming particular events, a part of my event reviews are going to be how to farm them as well. This is by far not like an incomplete farming guide because I mean just to cover all of the possible farming decks would be take way too long and wouldn't be very efficient of anybody's time. So it's best to cover the big three, and then if there are specific ones for certain events, we can cover them for those events. However, I hope you guys find this video useful. Leave a like, comment, hit the notification bell, hit subscribe, all of that kind of stuff. If you're looking for more guides like this and more help, make sure you get in the Discord because we have free new player help there, as well as make sure you check out the Twitch because that's where we actually do all of our streams, as well as a new player help stream on Saturday nights. Circus does an awesome job with that. And then I think that's it. Make sure you check get in the Discord for free entry tournaments practically every single day. $10 cash prize. It's amazing. Get in there. Thank you very much. And I am out of here. See ya.